What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and we don't really have any news for today's YouTube video just because, it's getting to the end of the chapter, so it's like, hey, we're kind of just waiting for that live event to go down, but there was something I wanted to talk about before I couldn't anymore, once chapter 3 ends, which is, of course, something with the Foundation statue. Now, as you guys know, the Foundation statue has been modified over time, and there originally once was a full-body version of the Foundation, whereas now, you got a head all the way chopped off here in the ocean, and of course, you just got some legs standing still. But where I want to, speculate about, where I want to talk about with this whole entire statue is something that we never got explained that I feel like Epic Games originally had a plan for and then just never did anything with it. And if we really just turn to our left here, it's this door right here, right? The door's on both sides, so it's right here on this side, it's right here on the other side. We'll go ahead and run up here, we'll run all the way over there and show you that it's over there, but there was this door on both sides of the Foundation statue that never got explained, right? Some people originally speculated that I think like the 0 point was supposed to be inside of here or something along those lines, and there's a lot of speculation of what this room really was for that we never got a true answer to, right? A lot of people were like, maybe it's used for a live event, maybe it has this purpose, maybe it has this purpose, and stuff like that. Maybe it's just the room the Foundation puts all of the statues of himself. Maybe there's a million mini versions of him that he likes looking at all the time whenever they need to worry about, fixing up the statue or something, which, to be honest, the statue's been needing to get fixed for multiple seasons now, so that is something to kind of think about. But it's this one weird thing that I've always kind of had in the back of my mind when it came to Fortnite, because I feel like there's got to be a purpose of this, right? There has to have been some lore or something related to that room that maybe Epic Games decided to scrap later down the line. I just don't know, right? But it's always been so suspicious to me, and I hope that if anything, this area either stays on the brand new map or it decides to, be used for the live event. Maybe the 7 come out of there or something, they get reunited or something in there. I really don't know. I just want to know what's going on with that room, what is happening inside of there and everything else. And there's been multiple times actually in this season and previous seasons where I've glitched my camera out of bounds in replay mode, and I've actually gone over to that area to see if there were any props or anything inside of it, right? Because the doors, if they were to be able to be opened one day, could have some props or something hidden inside of there. And nope, from my investigations and whatnot, inside that little room is just nothingness, right? It's just a blank area, a blank box with nothing even inside of it decoration wise. Now obviously that doesn't really mean that there's nothing in there lore related, because of the fact that just because we can't access it doesn't mean Epic Games has to put a million things in there. It's just something that I really wonder about and I think about quite often when it comes to Fortnite. Just, what's going on with this room? What's happening there? What could it have been for? Is it just this side room that Epic Games didn't even think of anything about when they made it? They just kind of put it there to put it there? Or did they have a plan for it originally before they kind of scrapped it and changed some stuff around? Now, then again, when it comes to Fortnite and the lore of this game, it seems like it changes every other season, right? There might be something that, gets hinted at and is like, oh, this is a super big part of the Fortnite lore, this is a super big part of the Fortnite island, and then as time goes on and stuff happens, right, and Epic Games changes things around, it ends up being that this one thing that you originally thought was, super important to Fortnite just wasn't important at all. It's just, a little thing that ended up just becoming a design, even if Epic Games originally had a plan for whatever the thing was. So this could have just been one of those situations where I'm just thinking way too hard into something that really means nothing, or it could be another thing where it's like, hey, at one point in Fortnite's history, they did plan for this room to get opened up in the future and for something to happen in there. But of course, I'm going to leave that in the comment question for the day, or, whatever we call that, the comment question of the day. Just what do you think is going on with that room? Do you think it was something that Epic Games never originally had a plan for? Did they actually have a plan for it and they've actually explained it before and I just kind of, glossed over it and forgot about it? Or do you think it's just, something that Epic Games just never had a plan for, right? It was just something that was there to be there as a nice little bit of decoration for the Foundation statue. I'd love to hear what everyone has to say, and of course I would also love to hear what everyone thinks about Fortnite regarding, these different items, or I guess, areas that you always thought had more significance than they actually did, right? Has there ever been a time in Fortnite's history where there was NPC dialogue, there was something very specific that you thought was going to have more implications on the lore and just how the island evolved over time that really just ended up being a nothing burger, something that didn't matter to the main part of Fortnite's island, didn't matter to anything about the game, and it was just there to be there for the sake of, I guess, existing? Is there something like that that you remember or, always have in the back of your mind? For me, it's obviously the Foundation statue room, but of course, there's a lot of other things that's happened throughout Fortnite's history of it being here for 4 to 5 years now that could always be stuck in the back of your mind, whether it's from Battle Royale, Save the World, or even Creative Mode. So with that said, I'll see you champs and champettes next time with another YouTube video. Hope you enjoyed this little bit of a ramble, and I am out. Peace.